And we are Hi everybody. Hello YouTube viewers, healthcare administrators, healthcare administration students and whatnot. It's Dr. Ashley from ProfessorAshley.com, and I'm going to just hop on really quick and answer a couple questions for today. I know it's late. I'm so sorry. So the thing is, there's just not an exact science to baby naps. So sometimes they sleep a lot later than you want them to. Anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions and let's see what we can get through today. So 2 days ago, Tara wrote, "Hi, Ashley. I graduated with an MHA degree in April. So it's been a while. What is it, like 8 months? Okay. It has been hard to secure a job. Any advice?" Well, okay, let's go back and talk about how I got my first job. I think that might help. I was experiencing the same thing when I first got my MHA. Because the thing is, when I first got my MHA, I didn't really have any experience. I've never worked in healthcare before. I mean, I volunteered as a high school and college student in a hospital, but I've never actually worked for money. And I wasn't doing any kind of strategic volunteer or internship work that had like a healthcare administration job in mind, because many times when you volunteer, you do have to have a goal. Okay, you have to have a direction and a focus. Otherwise, you're just sort of just doing free stuff for really no reason. And if you don't have that goal, you may or may not network properly. You may or may not be out trying to meet the right people, and you won't have a focus when you're having discussions with other healthcare professionals within the hospital. Okay, so it is very important when you go out and do any kind of free work to have a goal in mind. Okay, every day you should be thinking, let me meet someone important today, and I want to ask them some questions. Okay, and I want to see, maybe by the end of the week, have a goal. Like, I want to get at least 3 numbers or emails from 3 healthcare professionals that I think will provide me with information or can help me or can just be my friend, someone who can just be in my network. All right, you guys have to have a goal in mind whenever you do any kind of free work, because you do not want it to be for nothing. Okay, now, so advice for someone who is having so much trouble trying to get their foot in the door as a healthcare administrator. If you are struggling to get your first entry-level job, because I want to let you know, even though you have an MHA, you are probably not going to be able to get straight into a manager job. Okay, unless you have a lot of experience that will back that up, because you do have to have a lot of skills in the healthcare industry. But if you don't have that and you are struggling to get your first entry-level job, to move up to that level, the best thing that I can say is go volunteer at a hospital. Also, try to look and see who you have in your network. Who do you know that works in healthcare? And maybe they can advise you, or even talk to someone who might allow you to volunteer for them. Like maybe a medical office where you can do some volunteer work in, or also just shadow people. Shadowing is also a really good way to build your network and somewhat get your foot in the door. So you're not necessarily doing free work for anyone, but at least you're getting a chance to put yourself in the shoes of someone who actually does work in the industry. And you're able to talk to professionals and ask questions. And sometimes you can even really connect with somebody and get a mentorship started. If you're lucky, if you play your cards right. Okay. This is a game of who you know. It almost always is. So you really have to see who you know and who can help you start to climb that ladder. But if you have absolutely no one, the best thing that I can say is start at the local hospital where you live, apply at their auxiliary, and try to get a volunteering ship started. The second thing I would do is start networking on LinkedIn and Twitter. LinkedIn and Twitter, that's huge for networking for professionals. If you don't know how to use Twitter or LinkedIn to build your network and even just find jobs, I actually have some really great guides that will help you step by step on my website. Okay, so go to professorashley.com, go into the shop section, and then you'll see some guides there that will help you in that direction. But other than that, like I said, the best thing I can say, offer your services for free. Okay, get some free work going. Also, another thing, you can offer to just contact local medical offices. And wherever you actually see yourself working in healthcare administration, like wherever you see yourself in the future, why don't you actually go after those types of facilities and then ask them if you could just work for free, like volunteer a couple hours a week. That volunteer experience, like I said, it's going to be so enriching because you're going to develop skills. You're doing free work for them. So the establishment, they're going to know how well you work, right? And, it's also giving you an opportunity to start making friends in that industry, start building your network and asking questions. And to be honest, if they have a job open up within the next couple of months, they're probably going to hire you. Okay, so I would go there. Don't underestimate free work. And it doesn't mean you have to act like you don't have to give away 40 hours of your work, of your life a week to volunteering, to working for free. Just give up a couple hours a week. That's it. It's not that bad. We can all give a couple hours a week. Just watch TV less. It's not that big of a deal. You can still, in the meantime, work at McDonald's or whatever, just to pay your bills if you have to. And in your free time, you can be just developing your portfolio and making connections and getting that going, because that's going to be building your foundation for the rest of your career. So start building that right now. And that's the best advice I can give, because that's really how I started. I was having all this trouble. And then eventually I was like, I give up. I can't get a job. And my dad pushed me and helped me get into volunteering opportunities and got me. So he helped me get into the auxiliary at a hospital. And then also he had a friend who was a physician, an oncologist who had his own clinic. So he let me shadow everyone in his facility. So I got to learn and ask questions and talk to people. So I just really took that opportunity and milked it for what I could. I talked to everyone, I asked questions, I exchanged numbers. I became friends with everybody on Facebook. So I still keep in touch with all those people, and it's been over 10 years. But, it really, really, really helped me. And the thing is, the hospital that I was volunteering with, it was part of a larger chain, a large medical care organization. And what happened was after 4 months, I got my first actual job in their corporate headquarters. So, it really does work. Volunteering and offer your services for free. It will lead you to something if you milk it. Okay, play the game. And that's the best advice I have. So I hope that helps. My baby's crying, so I gotta go tend to that. And you guys have a wonderful evening, rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.